Welcome to aminacademy.com. In physics, formulae and their explanation, let us discuss about physical quantities. In that, what is SI units? International System of Units, that is SI. International Decimal System of Weights and Measures derived from the extending the metric system of units. Now, some basic SI units. Here, the length. Its unit is meter, symbol M. Mass, kilogram, that's kg. Time, second, symbol is S. Temperature, Kelvin, symbol K. Electric current, ampere, that is capital A. Luminous intensity, candela, symbol is CD. Amount of substance, mole, the symbol is MOL. These are the basic physical quantities. Next one, some definition of basic quantities. What is mass? This is the property that tells us how much matter is contained in the object. That is a mass. Suppose you are having some object. This is how much quantity you are having, how much content of the matter is called a mass. An object with a larger quantity of matter has a larger mass. Weight is the force exerted over an object's mass. That means weight is mass into gravity. Weight means a force applied by gravitational effect. Mass and weight are often confused, but don't confuse here. Mass is the original content, but weight is the force. The equation of weight is mass into 9.81 meter per second. That is weight equal to mass into mg. Therefore, we can say weight equal to mg. Length is the property that tells us how long an object is. This property is related to the properties of an area and volume. This is a basic unit of for finding area and volumes. The basic unit is the length. Time. This property is related to the flow of events and it always increases. It won't go negative. Like mass, time is one of the properties that cannot be negative. Time tells us the flow of things in the universe. Electric charge. This is the physical quantity that can be positive or negative. Only affecting polarity, it causes a force to act upon the matter when placed in electric field. Next is the temperature. This is the property that measures the quantity of heat in a substance or object. Heat is related to the movement of a particle in the object. That is temperature. Mole this is a fixed physical quantity that measures the number of molecules in a substance. In a particular volume of substance, how many number of molecules is called a mole. The property represents an exact number of particles or molecules equal to 6.022140076 into 10 raised to 23 molecules of the substance. 1 mole is equal to 6.022140076 in 10 raised to 23 molecules of the substance. That's called 1 mole of that substance. Luminosity, this is an energy measure just like temperature. Luminosity measures the quantity of electromagnetic energy emitted by an object as light per unit time. It's called luminosity. Now, some types of physical quantities. Physical quantities are basically two types. Fundamental units are independent of other variables, while derived units are dependent on other and can be expressed in terms of fundamental units. For example, length, mass, time, temperature, current, luminous intensity, and substance quantity are fundamental units. But derived units come from the fundamental units. Derived units include velocity, density, force, pressure, energy, and power. Suppose velocity V equal distance by time. Distance by time, which means distance is meter, Time is in down, therefore ms minus 1. Unit is meter per second. Like energy is power into time. Energy equal to power into time. We can say the unit is kilowatt hour. Like we can define other things. Suppose density is mass per volume. Density is mass per volume. That is, mass is kg per meter cube. Kg per meter cube. Like we can derive the derived unit from the fundamental basic units. Next, now we'll discuss what is that fundamental and derived unit. Already discussed. Fundamental units are meter, second, kilogram, candela, ampere, Kelvin, and mole. Derived unit is combination of those units. Next one, we will basic definition of the basic units. That is, meter is defined as the length of path traveled by a light in a vacuum during a time interval of this of seconds. Next one, kilogram. Basic unit of mass in the metric system. A kilogram is very nearly equal. It was originally intended to be exactly equal to the mass of 1000 cubic centimeter of water. Definition of second. The second, that is the time. Second is the international system of units, that is SI units, of time measurements and is represented by the symbol S. It is defined as the time it takes for this much number cycles of radians to be produced by the transition between two levels of cesium 133 atom. This is a basic definition. 1 ampere, the definition is the current in which 1 coulomb of charge travels across a given point in 1 second. In 1 second, how many charges are passing through the terminals? It's called a the Kelvin, that symbol K, is the basic units of measurement of temperature in the international system of units. The Kelvin scale is an absolute temperature scale that starts from 0 degree Kelvin to the lowest possible temperature, that is absolute 0, then rises by exactly 1 Kelvin for each 1 degree Celsius. Next, mole. A mole is unit of measurement in chemistry that represents the amount of pure substance that contains the same number of chemical units as there are atoms in 12 gram of carbon 12. That is, carbon 12 atom, and that how many number of chemical units there are in atoms of carbon 12 is the basic definition of mole. This number is 6 into 0, 22 into 10 raised to 23 is Avogadro number. This is the definition of mole. Next is candela. Candela is the SI units of luminosity intensity. The candela is used to measure the visual intensity of light sources like light bulb or bulbs in torches. The radian is the SI units that is used to measure the angle, and 1 radian is the angle made at the center of the circle by an arc whose length is equal to the radius of the circle. Here, look at here, this is L, this is R, this is R, the center O. That if L equal to R, then the angle inside here, theta is 1 radian. Next one's steradian is a unit measure of a solid angle. Unit measure of a solid angle is the steradian, that is expressed as the solid angle subtend at the center of the sphere by a portion of the surface whose area is equal to the square of the radius of the sphere. It's called steradians. Now, further we'll discuss some more about some units here in length units. 1 micron. 1 micron is, you can say 1 mu, which is equal 10 power minus 6 meter. This is length unit. Same 1 angstrom. When 1 angstrom is 1 like here, which is equal 10 power minus 10 meter. 1 Fermi. 1 Fermi equal 10 power 1 F we are using. This unit is 10 power minus 15 meter. 1 inch. 1 inch is 2.54 centimeter. 1 meter equal approximately 39.37 inches. Further, it is equal 1 meter is 3.281 feet. 1 mile equal 5280 feet equal 1.609 kilometer. 1 atmosphere, 1 atm, 1 atmospheric pressure is equal 10 to the power of 5 Newton per meter square, which is equal 76 torricelli. 1 liter. 1 liter is equal 10 to the power of minus 3 meter cube. 1 carat. 1 carat equal 0.000002 kg. 1 carat equal 0.0002 kg. 1 pound. 1 pound equal, called its LB, equal 0.4536 kg. Now, some basic units and its dimensions. Area, we call it as A, and this in MLT system is mass is 0, length is 1, T0. This is MLT 0, area is here. Volume, volume is same, M0, L3, T0. Suppose velocity. Velocity is meter per second. Meter per second is M is 0, L is 1, T is minus 1. Acceleration. We call it as A, that is meter per second square, that is M is 0, L T power minus 2. Like you can do the different units. Suppose work. Work is an energy, that is force into distance. Force into distance. Force is Newton meter, then which gives ml2 t power minus 2. Like we can derive lot of derived units from basic units as well as its its dimensions. So far we discussed about the basic system of units, physical quantities, units and their values we had. Please subscribe our YouTube channel.